Hi, someone in chat, if you can tell me if there's echo or other weird things. Maybe this time we can get this right the first time. Hey Joe, what's up, man? I decided like 3 hours ago and I still have to prep everything. Is the audio okay? How is you moving? I really don't envy you. I hate movings. Audio is okay. Wow, I think it's the first time. You have a lot of things to do there. Yeah? It's a nice home, that the one you got. Swimming pool and everything. Hey Ben. So I have to do basically everything. Let's see if I have all the pieces here. Yes, do that video. Okay. Back plate. Yes, WoW Classic I think should be similar to the normal one, to BFA, but you know, you never know how Blizzard do things. Maybe they revert it back and we lose the kind of multi-threading. This motherboard is a Crosshair 7. I'm still waiting the Crosshair 8 from Asus, but they disappeared, so I don't know exactly when they are going to send me one. Hope soon. Bye Joe, see you soon. And yes, but anyway, this board is not too bad. I mean, the BIOS is bad, but the board itself is a nice one. The VRM is solid. I like it. Once they fix the boost issue, I think it's going to be a very nice board. So well, now I'm preparing the motherboard, so I'm going to isolate the socket area. So I'm going to use basically neoprene and diapers. I use diapers because they are very nice in pulling the water away, so they keep the water and we can avoid condensation issues. And since now probably we have to do a lot of reboots because there's a cold bug, and I still need to figure out the voltage and everything. We are going to have a lot of reboots, and when you do reboots, the temperature is going to change rapidly and fast, and so it's very possible that the ice melt and we get ice on the board, water on the board. So it's going to be tricky, but well, we can make it. Sorry for the noise. Okay. This is the base of the CPU pot. This one, I'm using the Kingpin T-Rex. It's very heavy, but I think it's probably the best LN2 pot around. It's fast to go down, but at the same time it's nice to control the temperature, especially now when we have the cold bug. Callback is what you have when the CPU doesn't really like the cold and it's shut down. So if you go too cold without setting the proper voltage, the motherboard just shut down itself, and it's not fun, especially if you repeat the process too many times. You get a lot of condensation, and well, too much condensation equals game over. Ciao Roberto. Okay, so I always put a first layer, if you can see it, a first layer of neoprene to have like 2 centimeters of, let's say, shield for the difference of temperature, and then I will put the diapers between the back, so the neoprene, and the board, in case some water drop. This one is a good method to keep the water inside the diapers and not to go in the motherboard. So this is what I put in the back. Okay, now we have the motherboard. As you can see, is well isolated on the back. Oops. And now I'm preparing the socket area. Same thing. Diaper, I use this one, black for senior, very big. Yes, Crosshair 7. This is the boring part, but but it's nice to do it properly. If you miss this part, you end up like having condensation in very short time, and you have to wait a day that the motherboard will be ready again to freeze it. So this is the most important part of extreme overclocking. At least to have a decent and long run. Now I have another layer of neoprene, same reason. The ideal is to make the contact between the socket and the CPU pot airtight. So no air, no condensation. It is, well, it's not possible every time, but the better you do it, better result you get. Some put Vaseline, but I saw that with the diaper is enough to keep everything in check. And sometimes I use also this, you know, I don't know exactly the name, but I put some around the socket just to eliminate as possible the air. Let's see if we are lucky enough and we don't have to reboot too much. Drive for run with 7 level of graphics. Okay, I will do that. Yes, the thing is, I would like to test everything. My problem is the time, but yes, I think I can make a level 7, but probably I don't think there will be big improvements, but well, I can do it, but obviously not today. Today is all about extreme overclocking, so I'm going to try to find out the maximum frequency I can get. The CPU seems very lucky, and well, take a look at this. If you can see it. So I'm trying to make everything airtight and to avoid drops of water. Water kills your sessions. Okay, so usually I don't like to put too much things in the socket area, but you know, this time we have a lot of reboots to do, so I have to. Okay, now KPX. Let's see if we can do it here, so you can actually see something. I get this first part less boring. Okay. Now KPX. This is a nice one. I think I never crack with this paste with the CPU. Sorry. Nice layer. Yes, this 3700 is like 0.1 volts better than the 3700X. So, but probably because it's a lucky one. Since my Discord, now we are a lot of people, and there's also someone with the 3800X that have a higher voltage than me to be stable, so I think that I hit the silicon lottery. So that's why I want to do this live stream with LN2, because probably this will be a good one, and maybe we can do some interesting scores for hardware bot, but at least I can prepare the base to do some interesting scores. So now today is like a test, just messing around and not looking to do, you know, record submission, but if we can do it in the process, why not? I got 4.4 all cores at 1.22 volts, which is nothing. Really, I think I can run, what was that, like 4.1 gigahertz with 1 volt. I mean, maybe 1 volt you can even do fanless. It was really, really cool. Okay, now the probe. Because of that, I think this is a very lucky one. 4.4 at 1.2, 0.22, 23 is basically very low. And usually when you have a very low voltage requirement in a CPU, it's probably very good for extreme overclocking. And I really want to to break the 6-minute on Super PI 32M, and maybe with the CPU I can do it. Now the problem with this pot, this is not for AM4 socket, and I have to bend the rods, but you're going to be fine anyway. Okay, I think we have the mounting. Alright. Great. I can get to 4.6, yes. On custom loop, I was at 1.441 volts, I think, 1.42, and I was able to play World of Warcraft at 4.6 gigahertz, but I didn't see much of an improvement, honestly. I think the memory and the Infinity Fabric is the bottleneck, because even at 4.6, I think I got the same score that I had at 4.4, which is more or less the same that I have at 4.3 and 4.2. So what will happen if you set up wrong voltage on CPU RAM, like really high? Well, you can kill it. So you have to be very careful. Usually when we do extreme overclocking, we go first very low with the degrees, and gradually we raise the voltage. But I think if I shoot 2 volts and you run a very power hungry benchmark, you can kill it. Sometimes you can kill faster on the other generation Ryzen, the IMC, so you kill the integrated memory controller. I don't think it's worth to get the 3800X. I mean, I'm preparing the review now, and I have a lot of data, and so far I saw they are exactly the same CPU. And even if they fix the boost issues, so even if the 3800X can boost, let's say, even 200 megahertz more than the 3700X, you will see a difference only in like heavy multi-threading tasks, like rendering and so on. So if you are like a designer or something that really works with multi-threading, maybe it's worth the money. But for gaming and normal activity, no, it's not worth it. It's better if you spend that money in memories and cooling. Really, you don't, for like 1 or 2 FPS, maybe, no point. It's like throwing $60 for less than 1% improvement. I mean, if you have the budget and you want to do it because you want, but honestly it's not practical. Okay. Let's see if we can boot this monster. Yes, I think the 3800 is a better beam, but maybe now I got lucky, so really I can push all core to 4.4, 4.5 maybe in winter, but I think that is lucky, and either way it's not worth it, because I saw in some tests that I did 100 megahertz more, or even 200, is not a big deal. You don't have much of an improvement. Today I finally have this, so you can see the actual power consumption, so I can tell you how many watts We are going to pull like at 5 gigahertz, 5.2. It's gonna be cool. Yes, I think it's the refresh. They are going to refine the process, and they will come up with better bin. Maybe they will do like 5 gigahertz, not all core boost. Let's see. Probably if finally we get to see a Ryzen at 5 gigahertz. Let's see if we can boot here. And I should shield the memory as well. Right. Hard to boot without powering the CPU, right? So, okay. Let's put some isolation on the memory. Memory is going to get wet as well. Very wet, usually. Yes, in this case, the power consumption is the whole system, but well, I have a Radeon RX 560 that is on doing nothing. So it's basically when we push, the consumption will be very high. So it's mainly say 90%, 99% is the CPU. So we have an issue. Okay, we have a boot. Alright, so let's start with Windows 10. So we can submit something directly with the tool of HardwareBot. Benchmade, which is a nice one, because you can directly make the score and submit without saving the screenshot and boring stuff. I'm using the 2602 BIOS, which solved a lot of issues, especially with the safe boot. It's super important with extreme overclocking, and the mouse in the BIOS now is working. I prepared some profile. Let's see if we can use. We start with this one, number 4, and see how it goes. So we have the memory at 2.8, which is low, but is the only way we may avoid the cold bug. I should probably start even lower. We start at 1.3 volt, socket 1.4 SOC, SOC 1.3. Memory I think is enough. And then, well, 2.2, 1.2, and 1.150. So, this should be fine at least for booting now, and then I can come back and raise the value later. Timing are fine. We are going to CL9. Oh yes, I forgot to do this. Everything at extreme. Well, this yes, T-Rex. Ciao Dario. Okay. Okay, now we should be able to boot. The motherboard is a Crosshair 7. Okay, let's try with this, and then maybe if we have cold bug, we lower the memory. So now I'm not going to do, say, I don't want to make nice core, I just want to test the frequency we can achieve in multi-core and single core, well, dual core. So I just want to test if we have the cold bug, where is it, and how we can get past it. We start with a nice boot error. I didn't test too much the profiles. Really, I decided to do extreme 4 hours ago. So I'm kind of improvising. But anyway, it's going to be fun. Okay. Yes, after I can share with you, well, I can share with everybody the profile. I think if you have good BDI, you can go for 3800 instead of 3733, because now with the new BIOS you can do it. I think I will post everything on Discord. So okay, we have memory frequency, we have everything. Let's boot. I'm going to charge a bit of juice. Video issue. The memory I'm using is a G-Skill Trident Z 4600 C18. Very nice memory kit. It's a A2 layout, so RGB layout. And I saw that Ryzen loved the RGB layout, which is nice. I can reach lower clock than A1 for, well, for extreme overclocking is better. For day to day, a good BDI kit is fine. So, okay. Let's start to bring down a bit. We're approaching 42 degrees. I think I can turn this camera like this. Okay, probably better. maybe you can see the temp now. Power meter, yes, should be good enough. You can try it. Usually if it's not really bad, maybe you have like a couple of watts more or less, but let's say with a 5 watt tolerance it's going to be accurate. Sorry for the noise, but I have to discharge the viewer. Sorry again for the noise. Here is more easy to do it. Okay, I think there's something wrong with the BIOS. I'm going to reset it. In the meantime, we are at 20 degrees. I'm going to be around 0 now, just to make sure the memory can benefit from some extra cold. Do you hear delay on my voice? Do I need to add delay or is fine? This one is a 30 liters. Small, at least for me. Yeah, here is like €2 per liter, more or less. Something that the CPU didn't like it, so let's try with this and let's see if we can finally start doing something less boring than this. I really was in need to do something not stressful as testing my memory every day. It's like a week that I'm testing memories, and well, I needed a break because I'm doing like it's like 6 benchmark, change the settings, 6 benchmark, again check it 3 times, check for anomalies, and I was going crazy. And plus I'm really curious to see what the CPU can do, because seems real nice one. Oh, there's something weird going on. Because we are not 15. Let's start with Windows 7 first. Okay, we are booting into Windows finally, so this copy of Windows 10 is probably gone. So we'll do the old way, Windows 7 and manual submission. If I have something to submit, of course. We are like -2 degrees. Good, I'm really curious to see what this baby can do. Yes, memory tryout is also on ASUS. I have this button here. It's called, I think, memory retry button. So it does the same thing. When something goes wrong, you push that button, you go into the BIOS, maintaining all the settings you have, and so you can change what is wrong and retry. It's very useful because when you test memory, you do everything. You don't want to set everything again. Okay. Oh, too bad. I have to wait to install the graphics card. Let's see if I can plug a cable. Okay. -7 degrees. I tried last week with the 3600X and I really had a nasty cold bug around -140, but was the other BIOS, so everything was a bit weird. This time I really hope to be more successful and at least to do benchmark at 5.4, maybe 5.5, if we can solve the cold bug. I want to try with memory this way because it's kind of efficient now, but if we can if we have the cold bug, I will take the memory down to a really low frequency, and I want to test only the CPU frequency today. So it's not going to be a really long live stream. Tomorrow I have to work and it's almost midnight, but it's like 3 weeks that we had the last live stream and really enjoy live stream. But I was thinking to test everything and then make a proper video, because when I do a video and I want to show something that I really know, especially now there's a lot of confusion, a lot of doubt, a lot of answers, and well, I need to know everything before telling to you something that is wrong or misleading. Okay, well, we can start. So let's see if everything is working first, because in the last BIOS ASUS Turbo V wasn't working, so I was unable to set the volt in Windows and I had to go into the BIOS. Really awful. It seems working, so let's try to raise a bit the V core. Okay, we are not crashing. Let's raise a bit the frequency. Okay, we can start. So let's push it. I'm not a chicken clocker, so I think we can go to -90 degrees, see if we have a cold bug, and then again push the voltage, do some benchmark, and again. Copy protected. Oh, sorry guys. I'm going to fix that. Well, motherboard just shut down, so I think we are having some issues. Maybe it's too tight. The best high-end processor for World of Warcraft. You know that I'm really don't know right now. For sure the 9700X, 9900X with hyper-threading disabled is a very nice one. But the more I test the Ryzen, and the more I see potential for World of Warcraft, since the Gryphon run is very promising. I see a very nice clocks, and maybe a Ryzen will do just the same for less price. So, you know, if you can do the same thing with less money, why not? I'm going to remove the copy protection once the motherboard wants to cooperate. I'm booting into Windows now, so I'm going to enter the Radeon settings and change it, like 30 seconds. I think I'm going to remove the network since we don't need it. Yeah, I know you don't see anything. I'm going to change the settings that prevent you from seeing what I see in a minute. Display. Okay, I'm going to reboot, so the change will take effect and you will see everything after that. Yes, the motherboard now works better, so I think it was too tight. Dual rank memory. I have dual rank memory, but it's a Corsair Vengeance LPX 3200 with Samsung like D-die, and it was really bad. I'm going to test it anyway. So I have a lot of memory here. I don't know if you can see it. I have like 7-8 kits. I'm going to test everything. So I'll try to give an answer to everything I can. I need some time, but I think in next week I'm on holidays, fortunately, so I can dedicate more time to the channel and do some shooting, video and analysis. Now I think you see everything, right? Yes. So we are negative 41 degrees. Once I boot, we push the voltage a bit and we go down to, let's say, my negative 90s. I want to do it slowly so I can see where the cold bug is, if any. Okay, now you can see everything, right? Yes. Okay, Asus Turbo V, CPU Z, another one, and then we can start clocking with Cinebench R15, just to stress a bit the CPU. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to, hello Anselmo, I'm going to do all cores. So when I found the maximum frequency, let's say 5.2, and then I can work with the CCX, but today I would just want to see how far we can go and how to eliminate, if I can, the cold bug. Then maybe next week I'm going to recharge the baby and we can do a competitive session where I try actually to push some records, if I can. So now we are negative 55 degrees, so I can push for 1.5 and start clocking a bit. Let's try with 4.6 so we can do some scaling. We are on negative 67. So time to push a bit more the voltage, say 1.55. 4700 megahertz, so 4.7 gigahertz, and let's try again. Yeah, the CPU is nice, so I'm really curious how we can push it, how far. Probably way above 5 gigahertz. Maybe even now at negative 80, negative 82, maybe we can hit 5 gigahertz. So, well, now slowly we go down, we go up, we go down with the temperature, and we go up with the frequency. So far, negative 85 and no cold bug yet. Everything is working fine. Probably if we have some issues is above 90, so beyond 90 degrees. So far so good. 4.8. Yeah, I think 85 gigahertz will be really easy. .9, negative 90 degrees. I like this CPU so far. Maybe now in 30 seconds we start like 30 minutes of troubleshooting, but you never know. Maybe everything goes really smooth and another day you end up like 4 hours solving issues. Well, now we can go to 1.6 volts. Let's go for 5 gigahertz. Let's see if we, I think yes. Yes, to 2800 megahertz C9, because when you push too much the fabric, is more sensitive to temperature and you have cold bug. So more infinity fabric clock, more performance, but less frequency because you can go down with the temperature. So you have to find a way to balance that. Oh nice, so 5 gigahertz was easy. Negative 92 degrees, let's go for 100 and push for 5.1. So 5.1 gigahertz, 1.6 volts, negative 100 degrees. Everything is fine so far. Maybe it's my lucky day, you know? Okay. 2603 points in Cinebench. max safe voltage tools for RAM. Hynix CJR is like 1.45, 1.5 maybe maximum with cooling. VDI you can push 1.6 easily. So VDI can go a bit higher than other kit. And so well, if you use Ryzen direct calculator, you will see the max voltage there, and I think it's pretty much accurate. So yes, I think this is what this is about the sample. I mean, of course, I can reach 4.4 all cores with 1.22 volt. So it is a golden sample. We are now at 1.6, negative 100, and 5.2 gigahertz easily. So let's go for 110 degrees and push 5.3. I mean, this is really a nice run so far. Let's go a bit more with voltage, so 1.65. I really don't want to start booting because I have to torch the pot, the ice will melt, and we really risk to ruin the session. So I'm going a bit, little by little. What is the score of 9900K at 5.2? Really, I can't remember. Maybe 2,200 maybe, I don't remember. Okay, now, so far negative 107. Let's go for 5.3. Still working. No, okay, so we crashed. So it means that we need more voltage, or maybe we need more temperature. Yes, we need to go down. Nice. But so far it's a good CPU because negative 100 and 5.3 is nice. So let's push for negative 130. I think it's going to hold because no callback so far. Let's open it again. So negative 122. Let's try now. 5.3 gigahertz, 1.65 volts, and yes, I think we're going to make it. Maybe I should start to take screenshots because now we are entering a nice zone. Probably the actual first place is 2,800 points, I think. Maybe we can go for the first place today. Would be nice. Thinking if I put this here, you can still see it. Maybe we can take our screenshot. So let's drop a bit to 140. We are now in a really dangerous zone. Since last time I checked with the 3600X, I had a callback at minus 140. So we are risking a callback now. So 5350 megahertz. Now I'm going to do a bit of chicken clocking, I really don't want to reboot. Such a nice run, and it will be a pity. Let's see how the ice is doing. Nice. Okay, we are approaching. Can someone please control on hardware bot what is the actual first place for the 3800X? Let's see if we can do a first position tonight. Oh, by the way, I'm 144 negative and it's holding. Let's go for 5.4 gigahertz. Okay, we need more volts or less degrees. Let's try to do both. So I'm going to push negative 160 and 1.7 volt. It's a lot, but more volt, less cold bulb. So negative 150 degrees, 1.7 volt, 5.4 gigahertz, all cores, 2790 points Cinebench R15. It's nice. Let me check the actual record. What is it? We are still far. The actual first place is 2904. We'll get there. We'll get there. Thermal paste is needed for now for Ryzen. Well, like normal thermal paste, I mean, a good and even thermal paste always had. Especially now that the contact is very thin, because the die and the chiplet are really small now, so a good contact really helps. So let's try, okay, let's try chicken clocking. I really don't want to reboot. $160. Let's go down to negative 170 and push 25 megahertz more. I mean, this seems a really nice CPU. We are approaching negative 170 more or less. Negative 170 and everything is working. Now I'm still waiting the 3900X, unfortunately. Oh, why I cannot push more than 1.7 volt? Oh, I think there's a bug. Okay. Or maybe I don't have the LN2 switch on, which is even worse. Yes. So I'm doing LN2 without the LN2 switch on. So next reboot I have to do it. Okay, let's move on. 5.475 gigahertz. Negative 165. Let's go down a bit. I don't think we have cold bug. I really hope so. We are going up. So now 5.5 gigahertz. Negative 175 degrees. So almost negative 180, so well, 100 points and we can make the first place. Let's try again. 5.5 gigahertz, 1.7 volt, and negative 175 degrees. I think we can try to go full pot. Wow, getting close. (5.525 gigahertz), still 1.7 volt. Let's push for negative. Let's go for pot. That's it. Wow. Maybe we are gonna make it tonight. So now we are approaching full pot temperature. So negative 190 degrees. 5.5 gigahertz and 50 megahertz. Yes, I think we are there. So probably we are going to make it. The CPU, I feel that can do much more than this. And well, actually I'm full pot, so, and I'm only at 1.7 volts. So now when I have to reboot, we can go for the LN2 mode and push a bit more, like 1.8 volt. Should be safe enough. I really don't want to burn the CPU, which seems to be a nice one. Okay, well, let's go full pot. Okay, full pot. Chicken clocking. Yeah, this is a nice one. I think I got a really good golden sample. Negative 187 degrees. And well, still kicking. Let's raise another 25 megas, so 5.6 gigahertz. Yeah, the guy was 1.9 volts, so I think we have a lot of frequency room to go. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that we can hit the first place tonight. And you know what? I still need to put the you know, the performance bias. Because really, I didn't mean to go for the first place. So here we go. Now the score should be higher. So 5.6 gigahertz, full pot, so negative 190 degrees. Oh well, screw it. Full pot. Really full pot. You see that it's boiling? Getting close. I think like I accidentally hit the easy mode button. It's going to do really easy this session. Not used to. Usually we have a lot of cold bug and everything. Yes, is a golden sample. Sometimes, you know, I can have some luck. Yeah, but memory, I don't want to broke the 1 1:1 ratio, because even I can push 4 gigahertz with this memory. I can push even 4.2 with this memory, but I have to keep the fiber lower. In this case, I have 1.4 gigahertz of the fiber. If she was higher, probably it was lower with the fiber and having less, less performance for the fiber. So maybe, okay, we are still from pot. We can do some chicken clocking. Now we go to another 25 megahertz more, since we are pretty nice. Screenshot actually. Okay. The problem is I had to check with the CPU because it seemed really lucky, and maybe I can try to raise the fabric a bit, because it seems I can run full pot without tweaking too much the voltage. You saw before in the BIOS. Okay, I think we have the first place, right? Nice. Okay, let's open some other CPUs. Mainboard, the BIOS. I have some graphics card glitches. Go away. Let's push again. I mean, this CPU is amazing. Yeah, usually when I do some serious LN2 overclocking, I always end up with some first place. Yeah, I think I have another 100 or 200 megahertz more to do. The graphics card is doing weird things, but anyway. Yes, I want to save. No. Too bad. I think. Okay, system reboot. Now I think it's time to switch that LN2 mode. So let's do it. Let's try resetting. We can make it. I mean, just in time to make a record, and now we can try again. But probably I think I have to torch it, which is something that I don't like at all. Safe boot. But I think I have to torch it. Weird postcodes. I think you have to turn down the volume a bit. This thing is noisy. So I give you like 10 seconds. Turn down the volume. Ready? Well, I turned down the volume myself. Well, we still have liquid nitrogen inside, so we have to wait a bit. Time for chatting. Negative, sorry, negative 170. Let's see if we can have a boot now. A5. Really want to know what is A5. This is nasty. You know, everything was very too perfect to be good. But well, at least I know that I have a record class CPU. So now the troubleshooting is sweeter. And I think I already met the goal of today. So find out if this was really a golden sample, and it is. Let's check a bit the memory, if there's ice somewhere. I don't think so. Maybe water or something. We have very high level of humidity today, but A5, yes, I don't know what this is. The A5 error. Probably something related to, I don't know, cold temperature or other stupid things. SCSI reset. Oh, what is it? Let's try to power down. No way. Okay. Okay, maybe we can boot now. Almost. Sometimes I got less error without the LN2 mode, which is weird, but I mean the CPU is so good that I can even think to use it without, if we can boot. Let's give it a try. Okay, so good software to tune the memory in Windows? No, actually there are not. So I think the only way is to tune in BIOS, I'm afraid. These tanks is 30 liters, not gallon. Gallon would be very big. This one is like 90 euro, more or less. to check something and I'll be back, since now we have to wait anyway. Okay, yes, I pushed down the volume to do some torching. I don't want to blow your ears. I need to check something. Give me just 30 seconds. In the meantime, we try to boot again this motherboard. I think I'm going to do the reset CMOS. Yes, I'm negative 51 degrees. I'm going to wait a bit more, so I'm going to turn down the volume again. Okay, so we are now negative 36. I think I'm going to do a reset CMOS. I really don't know what the new error code means, so anyway. Doing this is really most likely kill the session because there's a lot of water now forming. Lower image to full size. Yes, in the meantime, if you want, yes, why not? But honestly, there's nothing to see right now, so finger crossed. Let's see if we have a boot. It seems maybe yes. Yes, we have a boot. And now I have the... No, I don't have the LN2 mode enabled. I might do it. Let's hope maybe, when the video card do weird stuff, probably is because we have water on the board. That can happen, especially in summer, when we have a lot of humidity in the air. So I'll try to fix it. If not, I think we might have to end the session. I have more postcode now, so more lights and everything seems more vital. Yes, it's very humid now. I have the dehumidizer with the air conditioning there, but today we had like 40 degrees outside, and I went out with the dog, let's say, at 10, and we was like at 38 degrees. So I think we are booting slowly, but we are booting. Zero two is when there's something wrong, but the system is trying to boot. I don't think that I can take this off, so you can see actually the postcode. Let's put some RGB light. Okay, we have a boot. We have the LN2 switch on. At least we may have a boot. This is the boring part of extreme overclocking. Patience. But at least we had our first position, so really, if the session will end now for water, I think I can go to bed happy and with the first position. The board is trying to boot, but for some reason we are unable to do it. Let's try the save button. We are still negative, so negative 20 degrees. Let's burn a bit. What is that? Like the fuck? Wow, this is the first time I see this screen. Really? Please enter setup to recover BIOS settings. Okay, safe mode. The weirdest message I had. Never saw it. I think I had like 300 liters of LN2 with this board, and I never saw that message. So, yeah, the problem is we have like weird video issues. Oop. That's weird. And I mean, I was not even using high voltage or everything, so I tried to reset the CMOS again. No, it's not working. I really don't want to have to flash it, because I was doing memory testing. I have everything set and without a backup, so dump me that I didn't make a backup. Probably it's the LN2 mod that is bugged, I don't know. I think if I can try without. Maybe you are booting. Seems that, okay, maybe we can boot. Yeah, but probably, or there's something wet inside. No. You know what? I can try to change the graphics card, the slot to the last one. And it should be only on the chipset. Okay, we have a boot again. Fan speed, okay. Working. Okay, we still have the BIOS. I don't know if in that position we can push, because probably that line I think was having issue in the past. Yes, that CPU line. But we can try. So, number 4, right? Yes. What we can do now, probably we can push this. With the sock. Let's try with the higher fabric this time. Maybe. Okay. Let's go down again. Now I have the full voltage unlocked, so maybe we can push for 5.7, 5.6, yes, 5.7. Maybe I can lower this one. I can even put this one here so you can see the temp. Why not? Now I don't know where to put this. Because I have the big fan in the other bench. Let's see if I can tighten a bit without screwing everything up. Yes, the achievement, well, was great, so I'm really happy. Even if I can do something interesting now, I mean, mission accomplished. I was pushing for frequency, we got the first position. What else? Un Lucano. For the Italian watching, they know what I'm talking about. Ah, Roberto got it. Un Lucano. R20 I think will be double that number. I don't think I have R20 here, but R20 really push a lot. So I'm not a big fan of R20 in extreme overclocking because it generates a lot of current, and that is exactly what can kill a CPU. So I'm really not a big fan of R20 in extreme overclocking because you really risk to melt the CPU. And I think this one is a world record level CPU, so I have to go really slow. I don't want to kill it. And I think this CPU will be perfect for my long-term objective, which is to go below 6 minutes in Super PI 32M. So I think I can really make that record. I think, well, next week when I recharge the LN2, I want to try that achievement. I'm going to set like 2 core or something and push for maximum frequency. But sometimes I have to enable all the core and push only the one that is the fastest one. Some issue booting. Now I have the LN2 mode, so everything should be fine even if we have a reboot. If we don't have water on the board. Well, now we have the fabric at 293, so no, I don't think that, you know, when you go really low with the CAS, so we are CAS 9, the memory start getting really hard to train, but you know, we are booting. So I think this CPU can hold a bit more of fabric clock without getting cold bug. Well, we're going to discover it very soon. And I think I'm going to throw a Super PI just to, again, protected content. Well, give me the time to boot and to take the protection out. In the meantime, we go down a bit. Next time I will mount the other fan, so without this mess. Because I have the Noctua 3000 RPM just right there. That is the perfect fan because it takes everything out instantly. Almost there. And the settings. Okay, I'm rebooting and now you should be able to see what I see. And in the meantime we go down again. Bit better now. Now the capture card, there's nothing wrong with the capture card. It's the AMD card that have like the copyrighted content enabled. So I think it was the DOCP something, I don't know, remember the exact name, and I have to disable it every time. Well, the 3000 RPM fan I plug in is a Noctua, it's like this one, but it's the Noctua Industrial. It's a very nice fan. Let's see if I can get it, because I'm a bit tired to see the smoke. this one. It's a bit noisy, but it does the job. Both issues. Maybe I have to bring the fabric back to 2800. Well, I just need to find a way to set it. This is the Noctua Industrial, I can show you the name. Like this. Okay, now you should see it. Industrial PPC 3000 RPM. This is amazing. I can burn the fan with the torch, you know, when I can burn the pot with the torch, and this will suck the vapor of the LN2 at 100 degrees negative, and the gas of the torch is amazing, and it's still working like new. It's noisy though, so I won't use it for a daily system. It's too noisy. I really don't know how to do it. So I think I have to revert back the settings of the fabric. This boot is kind of annoying. Okay, here we go. Okay, we have the fan, we have the boot. Let's try this. Look now at the vapor. I'm not even at 100%. Now I'm 100%. Different. And this is really helpful to avoid that the vapor of liquid nitrogen goes down and freeze everything, especially the memory. Because now I'm using an A2 layout, which is very sensitive to cold. Alright guys, so back in action. I think we can leave the Cinebench R20 and we can push for the other one. So let's score other first position and go for the Super PI. Since the ideal is to burn all the liquid nitrogen I have, so tomorrow I can go to recharge. You know what? I forgot to take a look at the power consumption. Let's do it now. So this is going to be cool. Let's see if you can see it. Well, I put there. Now we try at 5.6 gigahertz to run a Cinebench and see how many watts this can really burn. I'm really curious. Really, I have the memory at stock. Oh no, we have the memory at 2933. So now we are pushing a bit the edge. So So 1.6 volt, let's go straight to 5 gigahertz. Let's see at 5 gigahertz how we can crash, because I crashed. So yeah, probably the fabric doesn't really want to go higher than 2800. So okay, we learned that the hard way. Okay, no fabric. We are stuck at 2800. So save boot. Too bad. I tried to do C8, CL8, but no, there was no boot. So I was unable to boot at C8. But for Cinebench, for example, I just went today to do a really long memory scaling test. In Cinebench, with low memory and high memory, doesn't change a thing. This CPU have a big cache, so benchmark like Cinebench, everything is on the cache. So memory really matters less than before. I have to torch it again. Sorry for the noise. Okay, so far, I'm happy with 2800 for the memory, since CL9 is not too bad at the end. Yes, the Ryzen is just about pushing and pushing and pushing. But maybe, maybe is this PCI Express slot, because I remember in the past that when I was benching with the card in this slot, I was having a lot of issues. So let's try to go back with the fabric, and if we still have this weird behavior, I try to move the graphics card again to the second slot. This timing stable, yes, well, stable for extreme overclocking. Daily stable, I don't think so. I am at 2 volts in the memory. Well, the record we did at C9, so I just raised the fabric now. So probably it's the fabric or this graphics card in this slot, because I know in the past I really had an issue with that. So I think the only way is to go back to the previous settings, leave the card here, and try again. The bad thing when you have like a bad BIOS is as well that when you do extreme, it's really hard to to do boot at cold temperature. And this time it's like we are beta testing. Yes, you need to change the fiber clock. It must be 1-1. 1-1, you know, the memory is doubled and then doubled again. So always better to keep the memory 1-1. So 1800 the fiber, 3600 megahertz memory, and so on. But it's auto until 3600 megahertz memory, and then some board will change it. So I prefer to set it manually, because you know, you never know. If it's manual, it's manual. If it's auto, sometimes you start the PC and you find the fiber at half the clock, which is kind of bad. Good issue. Okay, so I try to put back the card inside the second slot. Okay, we are not booting. Let's see if I can maintain the higher fabric clock. I really want to, since we can really shave some points there. No, it seems we're a bit cold, so torch time. I think we are booting again. Maybe, maybe not. Safe and fast preset on DRAM calculator. Usually is the primary timings and TRFCD. So primary timings and sub timings. Everything is more tight. So you need better silicon in the memory. Honestly, if you have good memory, I will go straight to fast, and then if something is not working, maybe you can switch to easy. You know, the weird thing about this board is that with the 3600X I was able to boot at negative 160. The problem is then I changed the BIOS, they put this. Some BIOS have more cold boot bug than others. And, you know, it's always like a lottery. Especially with Asus, they do amazing boards, but the BIOS is awful. They fix something and they broke something. I think now we are booting, yes. Okay, we are booting again. Safe mode. I don't really know what to do to try it again like this. See, I think I have half an hour. Well, let's try. Should be better now. Yes, really finger crossed that Shamino will update the BIOS and fixing at least some important thing like boost clock that is broken. We have 100 megahertz less in every CPU. This one should be boosting at 4.5, is booting at 4.4. The 3700X should be boosting at 4.4, is booting at 4.3. The 3600 I managed to, without overclocking function, so in 2 clicks, have a stable 4.4, which is amazing for the lower end CPU. Now new BIOS 4.2 stuck there. It's a pity because I know that there's like 200 megahertz in a CPU with a button, and I cannot use anymore. I mean, if it was working before, why is it not working now? It was nice to have, so probably when they fix it, it will be the best buy, because 4.4 gigahertz for a less than $200 CPU is just amazing. Especially for World of Warcraft. I think it's the best CPU for World of Warcraft because it scored the same like the 3800X. So 3600X with non-X and 3800X in World of Warcraft, they perform just the same. So less the price. Yes, they are all in back BIOS, the Agesa. Well, we are beta testing now, and really sometimes piss me off because it's every year like this. So they should testing more because the product is good. I mean, it's a great product, but the end user gets mad. I can troubleshoot, but some people don't. We are having issues. Copy protected again. So sorry, I'm gonna change it now. Rebooting. This time I wait to pour liquid nitrogen again. Let's refill. Really stuck again. Probably is the fabric, so I don't know. Maybe I have to turn it off a bit. Turn it down, sorry. Of course they are filled with BIOS issue. Probably they gave the sample late to the motherboard manufacturer as well. And now, they have bugs. They don't have time to test and to release a stable version, so they test hoping that it's a good one. I mean, I don't think it's their fault. Maybe now the BIOS is not 100% ready for extreme overclocking, and I have weird issue. The previous BIOS was really terrible. I was unable to change the voltage in Windows, so I had to do everything in the BIOS, hoping that I was able to boot, not you know, raising too much voltage, because I would have fried the CPU. It's tricky. Yeah, the chip is nice. It's really nice. I mean, I've tested a lot these days, and compared with the 9900K, we are there. And sometimes, like in multi-threading application, is faster. In gaming, sometimes it is faster, sometimes it's a bit lower, but we are there. AMD did a great, you know, a great year, this one, because 3 years ago AMD was like, who is AMD? Okay, back to clocking. I'm gonna try to push a bit everything. I want to see the energy consumption at 5 gigahertz in Cinebench. Let's take the screenshot tool here before we start. Let's warm a bit the CPU. Yes, I go down slowly. Now we are risking the cold bug for the fabric. So little by little, negative 62. I don't know if you can see here. Maybe. Let's see if we can put it here so you can see it. Nice. Ah, we found the spot. Ha. Great. I can see it, but anyway. Okay, we start having video issue again. That's not good. Probably we have to raise PLL probably. Ah, I know, I forgot something very important. This one. I hate when something goes like this. Okay. Cool to clean the screen like this. Let's see the consumption at 5 gigas, shall we? So we are pulling now 224 watts. Okay, no way. Video issues. I don't know if it's the video card or what. R20 is not giving point of in Ardorbot, but at least we can boot now. R20 is very heavy and it generates a lot of current, and I really don't want to risk too much the CPU since I can score some first position, because R20 is heavy and really is most likely to be a CPU killer if you're not really careful. I have to take the temp here, so I'm going to read it faster. Sorry. Especially now that we have to control it. I think we got cold bagged at 100 and something. Maybe I have to push the SoC voltage. Let's try with that. Buonanotte Roberto. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know if to change again the video card. I think we had video issue as well before, so maybe it's not the fabric. The VGA, you know, the chipset, when it got cold, and the CPU got cold, sometimes the GPU as well goes a bit crazy. So in Intel you raise the system agent and you stabilize the GPU. Now I think I try with a SoC voltage, SoC voltage. It should be able to help us in this case. But as well, I think maybe it's the CPU that is not really. I really throw the CPU away in the studio, so maybe I'm the issue. I'm a bit rude with her, so. I really want to do some other benchmark. You know, when you have a fast CPU like this, it's such a pity, you know, stop benching. You have you can feel the first position in your hands. For once that I'm lucky at the first time with the CPU. Seems I have to torch again. Yeah, it's hard to stop when you have the winning car and I mean it was 1.7 volt 5.6 gigahertz. You know that I may have another 100 and maybe more megahertz to use for Cinebench at least, and probably maybe I can get 5.8 or 5.9 even for Super PI. So that would be amazing, and I can really finally push my goal to do a sub 6 minute on Super Pi. That would be awesome, actually. I hate when I have to wait for a boot. You know, the funny thing is that we was booting at negative 100 degrees, and now at 53 we have issues. It's more like a blowtorch session than an LN2 session, but anyway, it is what it is. Maybe we have a boot. Maybe. Yes. There we go again. So this time I want to try with more SoC voltage. I don't know exactly what this blowtorch is, honestly. It's written in German and I don't know German at all. Propylene. Yeah, like this. I don't know what it is, but it works, so as long as it works, I don't really care. Some weird thing here. I don't like when, you know, happen this. I think there's an issue with the Turbo V. Or maybe it's the board that there's something wet that I don't see. Yeah, probably it's the board wet. No, I need to finish the liquid nitrogen tonight to the charge. I really don't want to take everything apart and put it back again. Oh, I don't like it. Blowtorch party. Alright. Weird reboots. I really have the feeling that it's water. Especially when Ryzen, Asus Turbo V doesn't really want to cooperate too much. Maybe there's some component with water and the sensor just, go crazy. Well, it was too good to be true before because, you go down, full pot, first position, and I had to suffer a bit. Otherwise, this is all extreme overclocking is about. If you don't suffer, you don't feel that you are making progress. Yeah, for sure the BIOS is crap. So I think the issue is as well in the BIOS. But I mean, we saw that we can push some records. So in the next week, I think I'm going to prepare a bit with these days. So next week we can do like a record-breaking session and we feel hardware bot of nice core with the CPU. Okay, chicken clocking again. First I want to check if this thing is working or not. I think I won't touch anything. Sock. I think I don't have to touch this section here because it was giving me error, and only this one. Let's try now this Cinebench just to warm up a bit. I'm going to use a second thermos. Less asshole. Yeah, this I think is a very, very golden chip. So far it's the best one I've ever bought. So I can score first position like easily without LN2 mode. So probably this one is really hard to beat. I think my tongue is not pushing at 100%. That's a pity. Let's see if I can plug it. I swear. Maybe you can have 6 gigahertz, why not? I really hope so. Mostly, I really hope that I can push the fiber a bit, because when you go with higher clocks, the fiber really can change a lot, can swing a lot with the result. So negative 80 degrees, 1.55 volt. Let's try 5.1 gigahertz. You see, if it's working, it's nice, because with that low voltage, 5.1 gigahertz is kind of amazing, especially with the low temperature like this. I can reach negative 100 with almost with my cascade, and 5.1 is really nice. Okay, we have cold bag. I have to revert back the fabric, so at this point it's official. We have cold bag at minus 100. Maybe with the new BIOS will improve, maybe not. But for now, fabric, I have this nasty cold bag at negative 100 degrees. Okay, blowtorch party. Again. Okay, back in action. Fan speed. Why so? Okay, time to because I think I forgot to set the maximum fan speed in BIOS. So since we are here, okay, for today we forgot the fabric speed. I mean, we don't care. The CPU is so nice that maybe we can even score nice results with low fabric. Okay, fan, full speed. All right. So now I should be able to go full pot again and finally have some fun. Maybe. Now we are at full speed with the fan. Check the beast. This is a real beast. You put in the right position, you nearly don't have anything forming around the board. It's a monster. It sucks everything. So Francesca, you are not having any bugs at all, but with Zen 2, because Beta BIOS and Zen Plus, Zen 1 are fine. With Zen 2, they changed. Okay, we have again a code bug. With low fabric, so it's not fabric dependent. Why is that? What did they change? Weird. That's unexpected. So now we have a code bug, and basically didn't change anything. So maybe there is the BIOS, like, you know, joking with me, or maybe I changed some voltage before. So okay, I'm going to revert back to 1.3 SoC and PLL to 2.2. But this is really weird, because before I was like at default with no LN2. You know what? The difference is now I have the LN2 mod, and before I hadn't LN2 mod. So probably the LN2 mod have a bug, which is weird. So you know what? Let's try without LN2 mod. It was doing fine. So if LN2 mod give us cold bug, let's do without. We hit a first position without LN2 mod. Yes, the limit. But you know what? I can wait until another BIOS and be happy with at full pot and 5.6, 5.7. You know, I can maybe even on 4 cores go for 5.8 and after, you know, usually after 1.7 the scaling, the voltage scaling is really reduced, so maybe I can get like 50 megahertz with 0.2 volt more. So sometimes from 1.7 and 1.85 doesn't really change a lot. On air 1900, but I can hit 1900 C14 with all the Ryzens I have, Zen 2. So I mean, it's not a big deal to run at 1900. LN2, it seems that I is not good to go below, you know, 2800. So fabric at 1400. So 1400 fabric, 2800 memories on LN2. But maybe we can a bit more, because I think that cold bug issue was doing with LN2 switcher on. So yes, the 3600, the fabric at 1900 is nice and it really push a lot. I mean, probably is the best Zen 2 you can buy for value, because if you don't need, I mean, we are talking about now 12 threads, and with an 8 core you have like 16 threads. If you don't really need that, the 3600 is cheap and you can save money for a better GPU or for memory stick. I like the 3600 because when the BIOS was working, I was able to push 4.4 on all core with boost, so one click overclock, 4.4 clocks, and it was stable. New BIOS, 3.2, 4.2, crazy. I think we have a boot again. So let's see. I cannot get to 1900 on LN2 because the fiber have a cold bug, so the higher the fabric, the higher is sensitive to low temperature. So basically you cannot push too much the fabric, otherwise you will have to stay low with don't go too low with the temperature, and so you lose clock. You can lose 500 megahertz, 600 megahertz, 800 megahertz. So cool. Yeah. Booting again. So now in theory we don't have any more the cold bug. The score was let's see, let's compare. So now we have the fabric is lower, yes, and we was at 27.75 at 4.8. Look at the fan, it's a monster. Memory, the same issue. I mean, you have to keep memory 1-1. So 1400 megahertz fabric, 2800 megahertz, you know. But what I can do is to lower the timings. So less frequency but lower timings, and more or less the efficiency is there. But we gain a lot of frequency, so it's a nice trade. I love this fan, I really love it. Really a beast. So let's compare. We have 27 point something. Now we have the same clock but less fabric. In the meantime, I recharge. So we are approaching 100 negative. So let's see if without LN2 switch we don't have the cold bug anymore, which is funny because, you know, LN2 mode super, and at the end there's more issue than without. Alright, let's push it. negative 100 and cold value. Okay, so really I don't know what to think. That's crazy. No, the timing Windows normally doesn't want timings below C14. So to make the Windows accept that low timings, you just need to use the command setmem, so memset, maxmem, whatever. Um, you have to limit the OS usable memory at 4 gigabyte or less. Once you do that, you can go as low as you like. Practically it doesn't even boot. So if I don't have the max mem set, I cannot even boot in Windows. So this issue now is, I don't know. Um, I don't know because I think I forgot to change the voltage. I pushed too much, maybe SOC voltage and PLL. So I'm going to revert back to the initial settings. I think, well, I have to grab some water. So in the meantime, that the motherboard will raise the temperature. I go to grab some water and I'll be back in 3-4 minutes maximum. So don't worry, I'll be back. 4 minutes. Okay, I'm back. Let's see if we can do a last run, because it's 2 a.m. here, so and tomorrow I have to work. But at least I go to bed happy with the first position. Blowtorch party again. Okay, we are booting. Maybe. So now I'm going back to the original voltage. So this was the settings I had without callback. I'm going to save it. Well, let's try again. It's really weird though that I didn't change almost anything, and now I have callback. Yeah, finger crossed. I really like when a CPU doesn't have callback, because no, it's all the fun, and I can make life more interesting. I have a very nice 9900K now. I want to bench the RX 700, so the XT anniversary edition, and I can do 3D benchmark at 7 gigahertz. So next week I'm going to benchmark the 5700 XT anniversary edition at 7 gigahertz with the Intel. And it's fun because I think I can even bench at 7.1 gigahertz or 7.2. This is a very nice CPU, and I have a lot of points to take in our bot for with that. Alright, so let's see if we can replicate the full pot again. I really want to. Yes, I promised, and I will. I really want to score some first position with the RX 570, 5700, sorry. Okay, negative 100, no, negative 87, 88. Let's push some voltage and do some benchmark. You know what? The thing I did differently last time was that I was constantly benchmarking, so probably keeping the CPU busy is a way to partially get rid of the callback, maybe. So let's do it again, same way. So we start clocking little by little. And let's see. The MMX, yes, I had one. I think I had probably I think I had the 300 megahertz overclocked to 500 megahertz. I think I had the Celeron too. The Celeron was a beast. I think it was like the 350 megahertz overclocked to 600, something like this. It was a beast. I was playing Ultima Online back then. A good time in the 90s. Zen Performance Boost is a tweak that allows you to basically change the behavior, I think, of the cache, so you can get higher score with Cinebench and other benchmark as well. Yes, I think it's more than 20 years that I overclock, so I have some kind of experience. Back then I think I was using a fish tank water pump to water cool the CPU. There was no, brand that was making water cooling parts, so you had to improvise. And the fish tank water pump was perfect for the job. The water block was made of a solid block of copper. The first I think I made it with a friend. Everything was like very artisan made. Good times. I have a lot of good old stuff like the Atron XP. I want to break record with that as well, so I have like 200 sticks of DDR1 to bin, but I don't have time to do it. But one day, maybe we can do it live. Why not? So negative 95. I want to bench a bit before getting hit again by a cold bug. So let's see if we can do some score now, and then we can push for. I'm gonna open another CPU Z here so you can see the frequency. The memory you already know. Minus 90. .1, and again. The script, I have no idea how to change that script, but you can find it on the overclocking pack of the Crosshair 6 in HardwareBot. So try to type in Google HardwareBot, HWBot, overclock pack Crosshair 6, and you can find it. Let's go chicken clocking again. Not chicken clocking, 100 megahertz a time. In the meantime, I'm going to pour liquid nitrogen. Maybe it's the voltage. Sometimes voltage combination is key. Negative 100, and we are still up and running. So probably I was pushing too hard the SoC voltage. You never know. Sometimes it's just a combination. We are rocking 110. No, we still have the code back. Damn. Oh shit. That's annoying, because now I don't have anything that was different from when we reached full pot. I don't really know what is it now. Yes, blowtorch party again. Booting again. That was quick. Okay, let's chicken clock a bit at -100. I think I have like, not counting these two, another 2 liter left. So we can bench at 5.2 and that's it. So last screenshot was 5.1. Okay. 5.1, 5.2, let's see how far we can go. Let's try prime. This is hard, so well, yeah, we're not crashing. We are negative 100 degrees. Let's keep it that way for a while. This is a nice spot. I can really control temperature with ease. It's really steady. You know, probably I was able to go lower for the voltage as well. Fuck. Sorry. No way. Now the callback is at 105. Last try was 110. Okay, so don't go past 100. I really can't understand that. But well, we got our moment of glory. Maybe it's water. You never know. Maybe there's something in the board now that is wet. And probably when I dry everything up again, next time we will not have the cold bag anymore. Maybe next time we will have a new BIOS. You never know. It burns. Okay, up and running again. I really need to figure out why it's causing the cold bug. Really crazy. So probably it's the board, and maybe I can push the fabric Maybe it's a good thing that is the board that is not the fabric. Also see some artifact from the GPU. Probably is the board. I really want to think that way. It was so much fun benching at full pot. Okay, I'm going to... Yeah, was the driver. The driver was causing the issue that... So it's not a code bug for the fiber, but was the driver that went crazy and crashed everything. So it's not the fiber. Good to know. Probably it's just the board that is wet. See, we have the driver that is, you know, going crazy. This is something to do with the PCI. But weird things. Let's try again with the other PCI. Okay, tell me if you hear echo or other weird things. Yes, CH6 or CPAC, that's it. Okay, let's finish this. I think when I approach negative 190, I can push really hard the voltage and see if it helps. So now we are going to bench up 4.8 for a while, 1.6. So, did you see good quality? So audio, video is okay, it's fine? Yeah, okay. Right, so last screenshot was 29.27, 5.1. Okay, so let's try some, I don't know, be fast. Now we are negative 93. Nice score. What the? It freezes again. So when the CPU stop producing heat and everything just, stop working. This is weird. But it's kind of normal when you do a lot of restarts. There are for sure something in the board now. But I have those two to finish, so we can do another run. The problem is that the temperature is keep getting worse and worse, so I have cold bag and reset every time with less negative voltage, so temperature. So. Oh, that was nice. Ok, booting again. Si è finita. This blowtorch, I think is, I don't know, 1 year that I'm using it. and there's a lot. Never-ending blowtorch. Okay, LN2 is almost out. Okay, so at least tomorrow I can recharge. And so next week we can keep working on this and we can do the 7 GHz benchmarks. Probably, like, let's say 15 liters with this and 15 liters with the Intel and the RX 5700 XT. Plus open dream for new BIOS. Yes, absolutely. I think it's the BIOS because you saw it. You were here. We went full pot. We break a record. And now, same settings, everything is different. And the board doesn't really seem wet. I think it's perfect. With this diaper system I can really bench for hours without getting condensation. So I think I'm going to push for voltage first. I'm going to try Super PI at 5.1. I put it here, maybe you can see it. Okay. Let's try again. So I'm trying to go less than negative 90. So this time I push voltage a bit. So LN2 is not cheap in Spain. I'm living in Spain. I'm Italian, but I live in Spain. Here is like €2 per liter, plus some taxes and everything. So 30 liters is like €92. So that D-word, €90, more or less, 91. But now they are going to give me better prices since I'm using a lot, and they promised me to lower the price. So let's see if they can make it. This is going to take time, but at least we can slowly keep the temperature. Probably we're around 5 minutes, maybe too much. Yeah, these pracs here, they usually do hospital. So you're English and you live in Spain. Where exactly? Maybe we are neighbors. not for Super Pi. Let's try again Cinebench. Near Cadiz, Chiclana. Nice place. Ah, so you are. Ah, I know that. I know who you are because in Twitter you have a different nickname. Lich Spider. Okay. So there's another one that followed me that is from near Cadix, and no, I think he's Spanish. I don't know what I'm doing. Let's see how is the current first position. .32 point. Well, I'm not gonna beat this. 5.560. I need to go full pot to beat this one. We can try. Why not? What I want to do, I go straight for 1.7. Let's see if this helps. And run again. Chicken clocking. And make my way down. Negative 90. Okay, I need temperature. Oh, okay. Okay. No way, we cannot fight this. Neither with voltage. Maybe he's just tired. Did a good job before we take the first position. I met my goal, and now he's tired. I'm running out. Okay, we have one last try. Yeah, the limit for a safe benchmarking, yes. Because at exactly 100 negative, it's called booted. Got bad. Maybe it doesn't want to do Cinebench R11, so I think you have to change benchmark. This Ryzen doesn't really like Cinebench R11. Well, there's one thing we can do. We can start with the other hard drive and play World of Warcraft at 5 gigahertz. I have like 1 liters. That would be cool playing World of Warcraft at 5 gigahertz. Yes, probably is R15 only, and he refused to work with any other workload. You know, it's kind of, you have like a Ferrari and you are like in the first gear. I want to unleash again that 5.6 gigahertz power. Now that I know that he can make it, I'm even more pissed. Like, you got Ferrari, but you can only use the first gear. Enjoy. Well, 5.5 I cannot, but 5 gigahertz yes. I think it's pointless to make a super PI now. It's gonna take 6 minutes and a half. It's late. I really don't have enough LN2. So now it's just about having some fun. Okay, let's try the older one. You know what? Let's try again the Prime. Let's see if we have some low-hanging fruit we can take in at the bot. Super PI. Okay, so I have to remember negative 90 degrees, no more than that. Now I have an RX 570. He's doing fine. I did a lot of benchmarking session with this one. Maybe it's the board that is doing some crazy thing. So I am full AMD. I don't want to use NVIDIA on AMD. Okay, I'm gonna try to check the camera. I launch on 32 mega mega, I don't know, million, whatever. I have like nothing. In there, X570 is a nice board. To play World of Warcraft especially, you can play 1080p easily and do everything even right at quality 10. Probably is I think it's the best 1080p GPU right now. Okay, let's try to push SuperPi 1 mega to the limit, because we don't have enough LN2 to do anything else now. But probably we have 5 minutes or less. Convergent. Maybe it's the memory as well. They are not cold. Okay, no way. I wanna do this one. At least we can do something. Last shot before finishing everything. Usually I saw that with this one I need to do multiple run. Wow, 6,000 round. So now with the perf boost I should be able to score way higher. Plus multiple run, you gain a lot. 606. Yes, the R11 boost is like the best one. Probably is the best preset to have higher points. So it's the most powerful so far. I think we are out. Last couple of runs and well, we finished the juice. So okay, we're officially dry. Okay, I think we are done. I can do nothing much at this point. Okay, well, was fun. Let's see where is the big win. This one. Here we are. I have made 2 screenshots. Okay. So I'm going to save it. So I can do a submission and, well, go to bed with a smile. Okay, we don't have anything else here. Alright. So I'll put it on a stick. Okay guys, so I think that's it. Yes, I'm very happy. First position and full pot, 5.6 gigahertz. Now I know for sure that I have a golden sample, that I can break many records, and we can do it on live next time when I figure out what the hell is happening with this one. So yeah, if you have any question and you want to know something from me, just ask in the chat right now, because I think 5 minutes and I'm really going to shut down everything, so tomorrow I can waste my mind again on to finish the memory scaling and prepare the Ryzen review maybe this weekend. So the motherboard is a Crosshair 7 and the BIOS is the 2601, no, 02. So the latest BIOS, the latest official BIOS. There are no beta BIOS. Well, Windows 7 is easy. You can integrate the drivers in the USB stick. I think there's a tool from MSI that, or Gigabyte, I think 2, the Gigabyte probably, or you can prepare the Windows 7 hard drive in a Windows machine, and then you just connect it to the AMD machine and just works. I mean, I have an SSD here with a Windows 7, and then I can switch between AMD and Intel with no issue at all. So I plug in the Intel, in the AMD, and that's just one restart, install the drivers, and I'm done. So blue screens, weird, because I didn't do nothing in particular, so I think I installed it first on a Ryzen. You have to find the USB tool creation from Gigabyte, I think, because there's the SATA driver, the NVMe driver, and USB driver for AMD, and that is going to work. UEFI, yes. So best thing, check like Gigabyte installer or something, or just write in my Discord. I think I have it somewhere, or if you want, if you're not working for you, I can put like in Dropbox an image. I use Clonezilla. I have Clonezilla here, and I can make like a 4 GB image of the hard drive, so you can clone it to yours and you can use mine. Yeah, maybe crucial. There's a lot of tools that actually integrate is the USB driver, the SATA driver, and the NVMe driver. So you can actually find it somewhere. I think I'm going to do some Cinebench to warm up everything so I can make the board to dry tonight, so tomorrow morning I can push it again in the water cooling benchmarking test bed. Asus as well, I think there's one, but I think it was the Gigabyte that made the trick. I should have it somewhere. I just need to find it. Because I have like everything, but I put like in a folder and a subfolder, and it's a mess. I can't help myself. I end up losing everything. I have a server down there with a lot of folders, and I keep my video and us. So I have the backup as well and the disaster recovery, but I lose everything. I'm just warming up the pot without the blowtorch because I don't want it. So yeah, I think I'm going to end the stream now. So I let this thing warm up and I go to bed because here is almost 3 in the morning, and I have to work tomorrow. So tomorrow last day, and then on Friday I'm on vacation for a week, so I can make more live LN2 overclocking. I can finish my review. If you are not already in my Discord, go in my Discord and join. We are like 60 people now. There's a really good community. I'm really happy about that because there's a lot of nice people. We help each other. We have fun. And if you have any question, I'm like almost 24/7 on Discord. I post updates. You can find all my memory testing so far. Well, most of the testing I'm doing. Alright guys, okay, so I'm gonna end it now so I can finish to dismount everything. My Discord, I'll give you the link here so you can join. Here we go. Yeah, it's cool Discord. I can share images, so like BIOS settings, memory tweaking. Maybe I can put the link of my. I can do like a Dropbox link with the image of the Windows 7 if you want. So. Okay, almost there. Negative 32. Yes, it's good to share info because sometimes we learn a lot. We learn a lot from each other because, with these stupid things, we have every day a different issue, and so we can leverage mistake of others and fix some nasty things. Alright guys, I'm going to end the stream now. I'm very happy to end this session. We had fun, we had a record, and now we have to take the other points. So of course we cannot stop here. We have this big beast of this CPU, and I want to paint all the other bot of the 3800X with the Italian flag. So good night, and thank you again for keeping me company during this madness. And well, see you soon. Bye, guys.